class, welcome to today's lesson. Today we'll be continuing our lesson on composition writing. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to list the elements of composition and write different types of compositions. Are you ready? Let's begin! So we know that there are various types of compositions. They include descriptive composition, explanatory composition, argumentative composition, and narrative composition. But do you know that while they are very different, they all have the same format? The format consists of an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. An introduction ushers the reader into the write-up. It tells the reader what to anticipate within the body of the text. The body of the composition consists of all the vital and supplementary information that tells the reader more about the topic being discussed. And finally, the conclusion wraps up the write-up. It summarizes the points, gives a call of action, or re-emphasizes the writer's opinion. The point of this lesson is to help you become a better composition writer. Hence, we need to look at a few tips when it comes to composition writing. First, you need to determine what type of composition you will write. Then, select your topic. If you want to write about elephants, but you also want to write an argumentative essay, then you have to have an opinion about elephants that you either want to support or you want to prove is wrong. For example, are elephants the real kings of the jungle? You can either say yes and prove it, or no and back up your claim. After this process, you need to source information. This step is super important because it helps you to plan what each paragraph of your composition will be about. Next, plan your composition. What does a composition plan consist of? A standard essay consists of 5 paragraphs, 1 introductory paragraph, 3 body paragraphs, and 1 conclusion paragraph. The introductory paragraph is important because it gives readers an idea of the passage. It also has to be very interesting. If it's boring, readers will stop reading after the introduction. In the body of your composition, there must be a link between each paragraph so that your composition is fluent and flows from one paragraph to another. Finally, the conclusion paragraph should not be too long. Now that we have learned this much about types of compositions and the tips we need to consider when writing compositions, let's attempt to write an argumentative essay. The title of our composition is Digital Devices, the Bane of Public Libraries. As e-learning becomes more ingrained in our education system, more resources are now being converted to digital form. The trend has so impacted our lives that some individuals propose that public libraries should be shut down, and in their place, everyone should be given tablets with an e-reader subscription. Proponents of this idea state that it will drastically cut down the amount used to maintain these facilities. They also believe it will encourage more people to read because there will be no need to drive to the library to get a book. They also mention that individuals will have more access to materials because libraries won't be limited by the number of physical book copies available. They can simply rent out as many digital copies as they need. However, it would be a serious mistake to replace libraries with tablets. First, staring too long at screens has been shown to cause numerous health problems, including blurred vision, dizziness, dry eyes, headaches, and eye strain at much higher instances than reading print does. People who use tablets and mobile devices excessively also have a higher incidence of more serious health issues, such as fibromyalgia, shoulder and back pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, and muscle strain. Second, it is incredibly narrow-minded to assume that the only services libraries offer is book lending. Libraries have a multitude of benefits, and many are only available if the library has a physical location. Some of these benefits include acting as a quiet study space, giving people a way to converse with their neighbors, holding classes on a variety of topics, providing jobs, answering patron questions, and keeping the community connected. While replacing libraries with tablets may seem like a simple solution, it would encourage people to spend even more time looking at digital screens, despite the myriad issues surrounding them. It would also end access to many of the benefits of libraries that people have come to rely on. In many areas, libraries are such an important part of the community network that they could never be replaced by a simple object. Good job, everyone, for paying attention. Did you notice how the writer caught your attention with the first paragraph? Did you see how the writer arranged each point in a separate paragraph? Did you see how the conclusion emphasized the writer's position on the matter? That's exactly how to write a good argumentative essay. We have now come to the end of today's lesson. Today, we learned about compositions. We looked at the components of a basic composition, important tips to note when writing a composition, and the format of a basic composition. Finally, we took a look at an argumentative composition. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.